Scholars tell us that the first spy in history was the snake in the book of Genesis. In that story, it was Eve who was tempted by the snake in the Garden of Eden. But this time around, it was I who tempted the snake and got away with the forbidden fruit of knowledge. Forgive me, snake.
La foto. Y ahora le cuenta todo.
Good morning, Snake. I hope you slept well. First of all, I have to apologize. I wasn't sent by Khrushchev. I'm not a KGB spy, and I never worked for the NSA. I'm an agent of the People's Republic of China,
Es
the
chino.
General HQ Second Department of the
Es una espía
People's
china.
Liberation Army.
Creo que hay muchas
It was all a
pruebas
lie.
para que se viera eso.
I tricked you. And I'm sorry. The philosophers still exist in China, too. You see, my mission was to find out where Volgan was hiding the philosopher's legacy and steal it. So I infiltrated his base as a KGB spy. The two NSA codebreakers who defected in 1960 were actually both men.
Eran los dos hombres.
The real Adam never showed up at the meeting place,
Es que el verdadero Aram era otra persona.
saving me the trouble of having to eliminate him.
Era
I
Damska.
sneaked in by pretending I was Eva. And you and Sokolov and Volgan, you all believed me. The philosopher's legacy was originally held in common between the US, Soviet Union, and China. We couldn't let the Russians and the Americans take it all for themselves. The Chinese government had its eye on the legacy too. I got the film containing the legacy, and also the nuclear missile launch data from the Shagohod. 5 years ago, the Soviet Union stopped supplying us with nuclear weapons technology. Since then, China's Leyenda easing, hydrogen bomb, and space rocket projects have fallen behind. But with this data, our country will be able to develop its own nukes. We'll create a deterrent force to rival those of the US and Soviet Union. Everything has gone according to plan, thanks to your help. I too am one of the philosophers. I'm an agent of the philosophers, a graduate of one of their charm schools. I was raised in a joint US-Soviet-Chinese facility to become a sleeper agent. This was before the war. Back then, they were collecting children from all over the world. As a result, I'm indistinguishable from a native-born American. So it didn't surprise me when you and Volgan couldn't tell the difference. But she knew right from the beginning.
La voz.
She knew because before the war, she was at one of the philosopher's schools too, as an instructor.
Fue profesora de ella.
The boss was the only one I couldn't fool. She was the only one who knew I was a fake. She told me everything. Why did she open her heart to me like that? At the time, I couldn't understand it. But now, I think I do. Snake. She wanted you to know the truth. She chose me to tell you. That's why she saved my life.
Sí.
I've lied to you so many times, but not this time. My orders from the government were to obtain the legacy and to eliminate everyone who knew the truth about what happened. In other words, I'm supposed to kill you.
Pero no lo hice.
would do it. Not because we loved each other. And not because you saved my life. But because I made a promise to the boss. And I intend to keep it. I just wanted you to know. And you have to live.
Pero él ya estaba muerto por dentro después de esto. Y ahora viene la parte más dura.
Snake, listen to me. She didn't betray the United States.
Aquí se revela todo.
No. Far from it. She was a hero who died for her country. She carried out her mission knowing full well what was going to happen. Self-sacrifice. Because that was her duty.
You are above even the boss. I hereby award you the title of Big Boss. You are a true patriot.
Someone like him to handle our top secret sneaking missions for us. A man who combines the qualities of a soldier and an agent.
The boss's defection was a ruse set up by the US government. It was all a big drama staged by Washington so they could get their hands on the philosopher's legacy. And the boss was the star of the show. They planned it so that they could get the legacy that Colonel Volgan inherited and destroy the Shagohod at the same time. Only a legendary hero like the boss could have earned Volgan's trust. Finding out where the philosopher's legacy was hidden was to be her greatest mission. Everything was going according to plan. But then something happened that no one could have predicted.
Esto fue lo que lo
Colonel
cambió
Volgan fired
todo.
an American-made nuclear warhead at Sokolov's research facility. Khrushchev demanded that the US government provide proof that it wasn't involved. They couldn't just abort the operation to steal the legacy. So the operation itself was greatly expanded and revised. The authorities in Washington knew that in order to prove its innocence, they'd have to get rid of the boss. And that one of their own would have to do the job. The public couldn't be allowed to find out about it. Not ever. This, they concluded, would be the best way to keep the whole thing under wraps. The boss wouldn't be allowed to come back home alive. And she wouldn't be allowed to kill herself. Her life would be ended by her most beloved disciple.
Sacrificó por él.
That was the way the government wanted it. That was the mission she was given. And she had no choice but to carry it out. Her death at your hands was a duty she had to fulfill. Out of duty, she turned her back on her own comrades. A lesser woman would have been crushed by such a burden. The taint of disgrace will follow her to her grave. Future generations will revile her. In America as a despicable traitor with no sense of honor. And in Russia as a monster who unleashed a nuclear catastrophe. She will go down in official history as a war criminal. And no one will ever understand her. That was her final mission. And like a true soldier, she saw it through to the end. But I think she wanted you, of all people, to know the truth. She wanted to live on in your memory. Not as a soldier, but as a woman. But she was forbidden to tell you herself. And that's why she told me. Snake, history will never know what she did. No one will ever learn the truth. Her story, her debriefing, will endure only in your heart. Everything she did for her country. She sacrificed her life and her honor for her native land. She was a real hero. She was a true patriot.
Que lo veré 100.000 veces. 100.000 veces lo veré. Y 100.000 veces me seguirá emocionando. Por este juego es por lo que soy fan aférrimo de la saga. No fue el primero, fue el segundo que jugué. Porque primero jugué el Metal Gear Solid 2. Y no tenía ni puta idea de lo que estaba por venir. Este juego, esta saga, es por el motivo de que yo tengo este apodo. MetalCreed viene de Metal Gear Solid y Assassin's Creed. Y este juego en concreto tiene mucho que ver con todo que ha formado mi comunidad. Y lo que he hecho. Recuerdo cuando me lo pasé por primera vez. En 2014. Y... espera, ¿se ven los créditos? Ah, vale. ...11 años hace de que me lo pasé por primera vez. No sé ni cuántas veces me lo he pasado ya. No tengo ni idea. Pero pasarme este remake ha sido... la polla. No tiene palabras. Lo he jugado en todas las plataformas por haber. Yo tenía que jugar aquí. Para todas las personas que dicen que este remake no era necesario, que me coman la polla. Pero bien comida. Es un gran remake. Muy necesario. Para que la futura gente vea lo que es Metal Gear Solid. Este gran juegazo. Juego los créditos.
They're picking on you still, but they don't know. Son, They'll tell you what is yours, but they take mine. Oh, I've got something in my throat. I need to be alone while I suffer. Oh, there's a hole inside my bones. I need to stay afloat for the summer, Lord. I've got something in my throat. I need to be alone while I suffer. There's a hole inside my bones. I need to stay afloat for the summer sun. You better wait to fall. They'll tell you where to go, but they won't know.
¿Cuántas veces me escucho esta banda sonora? Demasiadas. Y ahora La escena post créditos.
Yes, Grozny Grad and the Granin Research Facility have both been wiped out without a trace. I understand, sir, but they were necessary sacrifices. Yes, the CIA has taken care of the boss themselves. I believe the White House will be satisfied. Khrushchev is finished. Your time has finally arrived. Yes, the American president is relying on us to keep a lid on the whole affair. We've got him by the balls. It should make a valuable trump card in future negotiations. Yes, Chief Director, of course. I'll keep the KGB informed. Yes, it's me. The boss has accomplished her mission. The philosopher's legacy is now safely with us, in America's hands. With this money, yes, the philosophers can finally be revived. The film we handed the Chinese was a fake.
Importante dato.
Peking must be in an uproar right about now.
Por esto hay que ver las escenas post
I'm
créditos
afraid so.
con este juego.
Only half the money has made it back to the United States. The KGB must still have part of the legacy. Yes, the weapon has been reduced to ashes. That's right. Grozny Grad has been obliterated by the Davy Crockett we brought in as well.
Hostia.
Yes, that was the boss's work too. Speaking of which, I've obtained something from Granin that you might find interesting. It's a revolutionary new
Los datos del
nuclear
Metal
attack
Gear.
system. Perhaps it might just come in handy someday.
Esos son los datos del Metal Gear.
Yes, we have Snake to thank for that. Khrushchev believed it as well. Yes, they bought our story. I don't think they'll be making a fuss. The secondary alert has been lifted as well. And the Soviets still haven't discovered my true identity.
Aquí viene la pregunta.
They have no idea that I've been triple
Fue un
crossing.
triple espía.
I will continue my activities as a contact for the new government. Yes, it
Él.
appears that no one knew that I was Adam.
¿Veis por qué lo dije? O se lo era la...
Of course, I am always at the CIA's disposal. Mr. Director.
¡Hala! Con dos cojones. Me parecía tonto. Su título es Crocodile. Interesante. Nuevo objeto. Single Action Army. La Patriot, que es literalmente un arma con munición infinita. La cámara. Pintura facial verde. Marrón. El smoking. Uniforme de plátano. DPM. No sé... Algo ahora. Desierto Auscam. Tengo que ver si he conseguido el de la Tsuchinoko, tío. Hay un camuflaje que era munición infinita. Externo. ¡Ah, he conseguido todos! Claro, he conseguido los de los ventajas. Momia. Granada. Camuflaje de promesa desbloqueado. ¿Ves? He conseguido los 18 que... ¿Eso era por capturar a Tsuchinoko? O no sé. Booking blanco. Teatro de demostración. Sí, creo que sí. Teatro secreto, que era lo que me faltaba. Has desbloqueado Wii Savage. Ahora puedo jugar al minijuego y todo. Así se llamaba el juego, Wii Savage. La gente está que arde diciendo que lo hagan. Es de personajes. Hombre, claro. ¿Cómo no guardar? Pues ya estaría, gente. Espero que os haya gustado este gran gameplay jugando al juegazo de mi vida. Yo diría que es mi juego favorito, no os voy a mentir. Y ahora la pantalla de carga que sale es esta. Qué bonito. Espero que después de este remake empiecen a remasterizar toda la puta saga. De verdad, os lo juro. De verdad, sería mi sueño. Así que, nada, espero que os haya gustado este gran gameplay. Nos vemos en la próxima con mucho más. Chao.